Hello, 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 Facebookers. Hello, everyone. It's Jane Tara from Better Reading, and this is What Are You Reading? And it's a pretty special segment of What Are You Reading today, and I'll get to that in a moment. Now, I just actually want to say that Cheryl isn't here. She's going to be back next week for a special event that I'm going to talk about, but she is on the road to Gundagai, and I could sing a song about that. So, in fact, I will. On the road to Gundagai. Yeah, so she's going down to Anita Heiss's book launch at Gundagai for the launch of her fabulous new novel, and I have been practicing this. Billy Dungalung Durai. And I'm going to nail the pronunciation of this, but I've been practicing a little and I think that's fairly close. So we're going to talk more about this book in the weeks to come, but that's where Cheryl is today. So really exciting day. Go onto our website, check out, Facebook, and you will see that we have released the top 100 today. Yay! Australia's top 100 books revealed. And this is an annual event. We do it every year. You vote for it. So over 7,000 people voted this year. So it's your list of books. Now, I'm going to run through just a little bit about the list, but what we want you to do is go to our website, download our PDF that we've made for you, and it's like a wonderful book list that you get to tick off the covers that you've read. Okay, we want you to actually spend some time looking at the list, looking at what you love about the list. And next Thursday, Cheryl and I are going to be here, and we're going to be here with bells on and champagne and some balloons, and we're going to discuss the top 100 list with you, because we want you to tell us what you're thrilled about and, what if your favourite read is on there and if you voted too. Now, a few people did vote. Obviously a lot of people voted, and out of the over 7,000 voters, we had a number generator choose 7 numbers, so 7 lucky winners of 100 books, the top 100. They win the whole 100 books. So I'm going to announce those names in a second, but first of all, okay, it's really important that I tell you what was number 1 on the list. Any guesses? Natalie, are there any comments there of anyone? The office is so busy at the moment. We're all like running around and very excited about the list. But the number 1 book on the list, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Drum roll, yay! Really not surprised that this was number 1, because this really has been embraced by Australian readers. We absolutely loved this book. It shows it's number 1. And it's number 1, it kind of sets the tone too. Female author, strong story. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our list. The top 100 this year has, just pulling up my stats here, 65 of the top 100 books in Australia this year, 65 were female authors. Go the ladies. Yeah. So 60% of the books on the top 100 were Australian authors. So that tells us that Australian readers are really embracing Australian authors, Australian stories, and, female authors, which is so great. So we're very excited with this list, or by this list. I'm going to tell you the top 10, and then we're going to leave it until next week, because I really want you all to download the PDF, and we're going to be talking about your number. How many books have you read on the top 100 this year? That's the question we're going to be asking. And throughout the year, we want you to rack up some more reads. So number 2, Cheryl's favourite book, and I promise she didn't vote, but it is number 2, To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay. Number 3, of course, on the top 10, Jane Harper, The Dry. Okay. Well loved. Oh, it's not going to be a top 10 list without Trent Dalton, Boy Swallows Universe. Pride and Prejudice. See, we love this mix of, like, you know, the classics mixed with crime thriller and some really great women's fiction. The list is, there's a whole kind of an array of genres on the list, and it goes to show that, you know, what Australians do like to read, and the fact that we like to read something like The Dry as well as Pride and Prejudice. It's still in our top 100 books. The Book Thief, of course, it's been on the list for numerous years now. I think maybe this is the 4th year it's on the list. So clearly it's still a favourite with readers. So great to see Honeybee on the list for the first time this year. Honeybee by Craig Silvey. I've seen it, you guys talking about it constantly. You love this book. We're also very excited about this one. Yay! Number 8, Pip Williams, The Dictionary of Lost Words. It's just gone gangbusters. It really has. We love this book. It is so great to see it on the list and in the top 10. Holly Wainwright's I Give My Marriage a Year. A lot of love for this book out there, and awesome cover too. I love this. Great read, sitting at number 9, and at number 10, Monica McInerney. We love her. And this was her last book, The Godmothers. Very, very popular. So that's our top 10 for the top 100. We're going to go into depth about this next week. In the meantime, you can listen. We released a podcast where Cheryl and I discussed the top 100 today. So you can listen to that, download your PDF, and come back and join in the party, because it is going to be a party. But first of all, drum roll, I'm going to announce the 7 winners who each win all 100 books. It's an amazing prize. So these people need to go out and buy themselves a bookshelf immediately, because they have 100 books coming to their homes very, very soon. Okay, the winners are, hit it, Sandra Scully, Linda Lane, Robin Mitchell, Noel Lindsay, Sivo, Linda Brown, and Christine Shipp. Congratulations, you guys. If you're there, give us a shout out. Let us know that you're there.
Sandra Scully, who is one of the winners, is actually here. She voted for Crawdads, which is number 1 on the list, and she's won it.
How exciting. So we're emailing you later, Sandra, and oh, great. So you got your number 1 at number 1, and you also won 100 books. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to be emailing you later and making sure that we've got your correct address, because you've got a lot of books coming there. So just quickly, Jasmine, what are you excited about on the top 100?
I'm so excited that Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. I knew you'd say that. I knew that. Yeah, okay.
Also, I'm really happy to see Pip Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool, isn't it, to see her up there? I knew you'd say Pride and Prejudice. What about you, Dex?
Definitely Honeybee.
Honeybee.
Yeah.
That was one of your favourite reads of last year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rose?
Happy to see Boy Swallows Universe.
Boy Swallows Universe. I think we're all happy to see that. And actually, Trent has both his novels on the top 100, so that's exciting for him. A lot of the authors have got more than one title on. Okay, so Natalie, what about you?
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah.
It's number 1, so I mean it's typical, but yes, very excited for that one.
Yeah.
We also have Julietta Henderson, the author, on here, who agrees with Jasmine, saying she's so pleased Pride and Prejudice made it to the top 10.
Oh, great.
Lee Revel also says that she loved that some of these classics also made the list.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And
what other comments are out there?
Yeah, Tracy loved The Book Thief.
Mm-hmm.
We've got people and what they're reading. So Karen is reading The Fifth Letter by Nicola Moriarty.
Yep.
Susan is reading 7 out of 10.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Okay.
Sorry,
Wow.
I think she's actually read 7
Oh,
out
read.
of 10 of the book. Yep, I misread that as well.
Okay. I was going, I've never heard that book. Oh, Susan, you've got to download the whole top 100. We want to hear what your number is. If you've read 7 of the top 10, we want to hear what the number is out of the whole 100. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Vanessa is reading Honeybee, so that's also on the list.
Yeah.
And then a lot of congratulations to all the winners from
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. And there's just, there's so many well-loved titles. And what's interesting is that we know what you read because we do this every week, and so many of those titles have ended up on the top 100. So remember, we will be letting you reminders throughout the week that next week we're going to have champagne. Any excuse, really. I'm Cheryl should just, any excuse for champagne. All right. So on to some other books. Lovebirds, Amanda Hampson did a wonderful event last night, and if you missed it, go on and check out the video. It's still on Facebook, and this is such a great book. She does really, really great older female characters, and I really enjoyed this book. Tomorrow we have a Lunchtime Live with this really special book, Debisa, and the author is Dr. Cindy Solinek. And, come on at lunch, 12 o'clock, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We are, having an event with Cindy, who wrote this amazing story of her family as her PhD, and now it's been written into this really incredible memoir. So we'd love some support for that.
I'm just going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Cheryl is tuning in saying hi from Cheryl and Dan.
You're in the car, are you? On the road to Gunda, Guy. Yeah, don't tell her I said that about the champagne. Yeah. Hi, Cheryl. And hi, Dan. Okay, so next read, this. Okay, this. I think I raved about this last week. I'm probably going to rave about this a little bit, and I think you'll be seeing a lot of it. The End of Men. All right, when this landed on my desk and I sort of read the premise of it, that a virus, there's an outbreak of a virus that just spreads globally, and the victims are all men, but women are the carriers of the virus. My first thought was, oh, how much fun. And then I went, oh no, I have sons, So you read this book and you tear through this book going, it's kind of like amusing in some ways that, that it's only men and the world ends up sort of very much run by women. But at the same time, it's men. And, the premise of this is utterly terrifying. It's great. It's kind of set all over the world, many different characters in it. You fly through it. Everyone is talking about this book, The End of Men. So if you're looking for a really great thriller, grab that. Carly Lane, Take Me Home. Interestingly enough, that starts in Scotland. This is set in Scotland. So I've been doing a little bit of Scottish travel. And this one really made me feel like I was traveling again. It was utterly exquisite. Such a lovely, uplifting story. So Take Me Home is about this woman, Ellie, who in her grandmother's will has to take her grandmother's ashes back to Scotland. And it's the opening up of her life in very different ways once she gets to Scotland. And it is wonderful. The Beautiful Fall this week. It's a debut novel by Hugh Breakey. And it's a love story about a man called Robbie who forgets everything every 179 days, and it is exquisite and heartbreaking and hopeful and all sorts of things. So The Beautiful Fall, definitely grab hold of that. What else have we got there?
So Mary said, great interview with Amanda. She's planning to buy Lovebirds.
Yeah, great.
Liz is reading Sanatorium 2.
Okay.
Yeah. What else have we got? Mary is also reading Take Me Home, an ebook on hold from the library.
Oh, wonderful. Good. Yeah.
Tracy is very intrigued by The End of Men.
Grab it, Tracy. It's like you tear through that one. It's loads of fun. Yeah.
Natalie is reading Those Hamilton Sisters and loving it.
I loved that book. I thought it was wonderful. Absolutely. It just made me want to move to Cairns, actually. Yeah.
Michelle is reading a lot. She's reading Honeybee, Green Lights, and The Abstainer.
Yeah, you're a bit like me. Okay. You could work here. That's like me. It's like, 3 on the go all at once, and usually one on audio book as well. Yeah.
And Mary is reading Spoiled, which is fantastic short stories.
Yes.
American Dirt and the new Emily Maguire, Love Objects.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just seen there Richard Anderson has popped up. Hi, Richard. Get writing, please. We'd like another book from you as well. Loved your last one. Okay, so Before You Knew My Name. So this is actually one of Jasmine's favourite books of the year. Am I correct, Jasmine? You loved this. Yeah, she absolutely loved this. Exquisite cover. Like, look at this. It's fantastic. Jacqueline Bublitz has written this book that turns the crime genre on its head. So basically, a young girl moves to New York and within a month she's murdered. She kind of narrates the book. There's another young woman who finds the body, which is quite traumatic. And it's the story is basically turning crime genre on its head by these women not being nameless. It's not the Jane Doe body. It's not the jogger who found the body. It's 2 women at the center of this story. And I think it addresses a lot of issues that we have around, violence towards women at the moment. And it is so beautifully written, and really enjoying this one in the office. The next one is, remember this, Sticks and Stones, hugely popular. Catherine Firkin, her latest one is out now. The Girl Remains. It's the sequel. It's a chilling police thriller. And the character in it, Detective Emma Corbin. So she is back, and it's the same character. Oh, sorry, he's back. Same character. So if you read that, you definitely need to read that, and read that anyway, because you'll definitely read that. That was a huge bestseller when it came out. What else have we got there?
Mary says Honeybee was fabulous.
Certainly
Tracy
was.
is reading The Spill and Spring Clean for the Peach
Oh,
Queen.
great. Good. Yeah.
Helen is starting Lovebirds today and says, for those who haven't read Amanda Hampson before, definitely look up her previous books. They're wonderful. Linda is reading I Loved Before You... Oh, sorry. She loved Before You Knew My Name.
Great, Linda. You read a lot, actually. Yeah.
Tanya is reading When She Was Good by Michael Robotham and enjoying it.
I think Michael Robotham had one on the top 100. Was it that one?
And
Good Girl, Bad Girl was on there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yvonne is reading Sticks and Stones and she thinks it was excellent and she can't wait for the
Yes,
book.
Yvonne, I think a lot of people feel that way about that. Yeah.
Nerida just finished The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney.
Mm-hmm.
Mary has started The Girl Remains. She thinks it's so good and the end of each chapter makes you want to read more.
Yep.
And Kylie is reading The Sanatorium.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so podcasts. Out this week is Adam Thompson's podcast, Born Into This. I've been raving about this book for the last month. Now you get to hear his podcast with Cheryl. He is fascinating, and I think he'd just been or was just about to go mutton birding up north, and talks about that as well as, Aboriginal heritage sites in Tasmania, and it's a fascinating conversation. The other podcast is Nikki Gamble, who spoke to Cheryl about the ripping tree, and that is out now as well. Okay, a couple of final comments, and then I think we will go, because we're still doing so much with the top 100. It's so exciting. I love the top 100 when it comes out. I'm just grabbing the number one book.
Cheryl is reading My Daughter's Wedding by Greta Colleen for book club.
Great. Go on and see. We did an event with her. You can go on and listen to her talk about it. It's on Facebook. Go into our video section.
And Geraldine is reading, she's listening to Tanya I think, a book by Tanya Martlow.
Great.
At the moment, it's really good.
Yep.
Claire is reading Loud.
Oh, yeah, great. We did a podcast with her, Tana Douglas. So, yeah, check that out as well. She's fascinating. Yeah, Australia's first female roadie.
Kathy's reading A Sunburnt Country, really quite interesting about family during the war.
Yeah.
And Charlene is reading A Room Made of Leaves. Great read.
Absolutely, a great read. And I just see the comment below about the Bluffs.
Yep, Natalie's reading The Bluffs.
Well, Kyle Perry made it onto the top 100 with the Bluffs, so pretty thrilled about that. And of course, you know, so many of you have read it and loved it. So, number one this year, 2021, top 100. Congratulations, we're the Crawdads Sing, Delia Owens. Go on to our website. We will put links here. Download the PDF and actually count how many books you've read, because next week we're talking about the top 100. We've got champagne, we've got balloons, and we want you to let us know how many you've read and how many you're going to read throughout the next 12 months. Okay, we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye for now.